was concerned about them coming through these holes up against the bright sky. I just do that with layer mask. And then I just made a very simple cheesy Alita in Infuse. Got some walking poses from Mixamo and threw her in there. Then, I was cutting and pasting different, costume bits and just painting a lot of basic lighting onto her. And then, put some of the robot arm detailing. And once we kind of saw what her wardrobe was going to be, change it to this kind of rainbow stripy shirt. And just kind of wanted this calm, confident pose to her. Like, she's kind of walking this razor's edge, but she's just kind of strolling along because she's super agile. It's just kind of fun to try and impart character with posing, even though it's a small little thing. So I'm feeling it's coming together, but I really want some nice foreground framing elements. I have a lot of this stuff on hand, just walk around my neighborhood, just photograph random trees. But it's great to, this stuff is super useful when you have it to ground it and also frame it. And so I am just being very overt and some might even say slightly cheesy with my compositional framing, where I'm very intentionally making all the leaves point into the center of the image and specifically to her. So kind of the way I compose this, I knew I wanted her to be the focal point, and then the ship, to be a very, it's obviously about the ship, but you discover it through her. So I put my area of interest in the sweet spot, thinking of the rule of thirds, sort of a third in on either side. And then I'm using all these lines very consciously to lead your eye to her and then invite you into the frame. And so all this is kind of in my head when I was lining up the shot. I didn't talk about it, and I didn't do a sketch. I was kind of trying to do a rough block model first. But so the way I think about the eye moving through the painting is, I have these foreground elements leading us to her. This line comes up and leads us to her. And then we follow her gaze and her path, which would come down here. And then this acts as a transition. So it's not just a series of cards. We have 3D depth leading us into this image. And then to this, to the secondary focal point, which is this part of the ship.